Good evening everyone, Dark Bandit 4 here, and before I start this video I would like to point out that in my first video I introduced myself simply as DB4. However, when you do a search on DB4 and trying to find my channel, the only results you're going to get are channels related to the Aston Martin DB4. That was an oversight on my part. So moving forward, if you would like to do a search on my name or visit my channel, it's just simply Dark Bandit, the number 4 TW. With that out the way, just a few things I want to talk about. So last night, I received a text message from, or rather a notification from PS5 stock alerts on my Twitter page, basically notifying me that one of the major online retailers was going to have stock of the PS5 console in the morning, which was earlier today. And I didn't think too much of it last night because, I was going to sleep. But when I woke up this morning, I looked at the alert, I looked at the notification again and just simply thought, why? And I was thinking about it all day and I was like, you know what? Let me just make a video about this. Maybe there's other like-minded individuals that might feel the same way. So regarding the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S, as most of you already know, stock for these consoles are very slim to the point of non-existent. Retailers such as Walmart, Best Buy, Target, GameStop, you name it, have very limited to no stock at all. What makes this issue even worse is that people can't even purchase these consoles in person and are forced to purchase online, which at this time, as everybody knows, is a total nightmare. Now, I am in the market to purchase a PS5. However, at this point, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to resign myself to wait for when stock becomes more readily available. As in, I could walk into a retailer, make my purchase, and simply walk out, or purchase the item online at whatever retailer I choose, and then go to that retailer store and pick it up. However, at this point, that's not an option, mostly due to the current pandemic that the entire world is in. And thinking on that, I'm not going to sit at my desk, at my computer desk, and constantly clicking refresh just to be faced with I can't add the console to the cart, or I add it to the cart and, for example, I get the infamous "oh dear" page from Walmart's website, which I just don't have the patience for that. I'm not going to camp out in front of no GameStop. I'm not doing that, especially again because of the pandemic that we're in. So, which leads me to my next point. I'm still slightly annoyed, even though it's December 9th and most of these consoles launched in the beginning of November. I'm still annoyed at how these retailers handled the launches of these consoles, and not just limited to consoles, but to other highly sought after tech. For example, some of the graphics cards, like from Nvidia and AMD, whatever. Especially since these online retailer websites were not capable enough to handle such a high volume of traffic, resulting in, like I stated before, sites crashing or scalpers and their bots hoarding all the stock. Several things should come to mind in this situation. First off, prior to the release of these products, certain online retailers asked customers to sign up to an email list to be notified when pre-orders would become live. I'm looking at you, Best Buy. However, shortly following that PlayStation's showcase back in September, when the entire world learned of the price of the new console, Walmart jumped the gun, opening the pre-order floodgates, with other retailers following suit, resulting in a complete failure. Sony is also at fault here too. Thinking back to the interview with Jeff Knightley and Eric Lapel, I quote, "We will give gamers plenty of advance notice." Yeah, that was a lie. That was a lie. But anyways, that's history now. The fact that these companies didn't have the foresight to predict what was going to happen to their websites in the midst of a pandemic, when everybody is at home, either working from home, homeschooling. This year alone has, well, in my memory, this year alone, so many people are home. Video games, the rise of, that sounds so corny, the rise of gamers. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. More people are consuming tech during this year than any other year. And the fact that these companies didn't prepare for this or realize this and failed to prepare for this is infuriating. So here's what I think should have happened. And leave a comment in the comments below if you agree or disagree. I'd love to have a discussion about this. But I feel that online retailers should have created a separate invite-only portal or webpage for people who had signed up to be notified for the pre-orders. That way, these people would have had first dibs before the general public. Now, once the page was created, I feel that they should have sent out an email at whatever specified time that these retailers chose to actually have these pre-orders go live, and then just run through the list of everybody who signed up. Run through the list. You pick somebody's email, you sent them a notification to invite. You send them an invite to the page and give that person 10 minutes to make that purchase. If that purchase wasn't made within the allotted time, move on to the next person in line. It's simple, just like that. And you do this until all the stock was sold out. And whenever stock replenished, you continued from where you left off on that list. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but it's 2020. It really, I know what they say about assuming you make an ass out of you and me, blah, blah, blah. But I think this would have been a lot fairer. It would have been less headaches in trying to stagger console, and there wouldn't have been such a rush. Because now people are actually waiting for an email. They're waiting for an email to actually join this invite-only webpage or portal, whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm not saying that this would have eliminated the scalpers and their bots, but I have a pretty good feeling or inkling that this would have mitigated a lot of the bullshit. However, moving forward in the weeks after the release, I will say PlayStation Direct has been able to do something similar to this suggestion, whereas people had to sign in with their PSN IDs in order to be queued on a line online to make the purchase. I think that was the right approach. However, I question how come they didn't do this in the beginning. I really feel they should have done that in the beginning. Which leads me to scalpers and their bots. As stated previously, again, it's currently a nightmare trying to purchase any of these new consoles or any other highly sought after tech due to a number of factors, but mostly due to scalpers and their bots. As plenty of other YouTubers, streamers, and news outlets have already pointed out, scalpers and their bots have become a huge issue, and their actions aren't just limited to next-gen consoles. Most of these bots dominated the sneaker game, for the sneakerheads out there. Take a look at the most recent graphic card releases, and if you go earlier in the year, the Nintendo Switch and other tech needed to be productive while working from home amidst this pandemic. How many of you tried to purchase a Switch or a webcam for that matter at the start of this pandemic? If anything, the scarcity of these items was an omen of things to come. I could go on, but I think you get the point. While on the topic of scalpers, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but these consoles aren't going nowhere. Please wait until stock is more readily available, and do not, and I mean do not, give in to the scalpers, because when you give in to them, it encourages them to continue to scalp, and thus it makes it harder for people like you and me to get some of these highly sought after items. And on top of that, the extra money that these scalpers are charging for these consoles, the inflated prices, can be used for more games, accessories, shit. You could build a better PC that probably outperforms any of the consoles on the market right now with the extra cash that you would giving a scalper. And to highlight that this is an issue, I read an article earlier, a couple days ago. Apparently, some guy in Utah purchased a PS5 from a scalper on eBay and received the PS5 box with a cinder block inside. A fucking cinder block. Like, why would you even trust a scalper in this situation? How can you guarantee that you're getting what you paid for? It just makes no sense. And chances are, due to eBay's buyer protection policy, this guy will probably get his money back. But why should anyone have to go through that process? My point again being, just wait. Just wait. Oh, and fuck scalpers. Now, there is a ray of hope, however. It's slim. Sony is aware of the current stock situation and stated on their official Twitter page there will be more consoles made before the end of the year. Now, that doesn't guarantee that, everybody's going to have them. The situation is probably still going to be the same, but at least there's some relief that Sony is aware of it and they're trying. Again, people, remember, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Production was affected due to this pandemic. If everybody worked from home, the closing factories, so on and so forth. But again, just wait for these consoles to be more readily available. Hopefully by that time, whenever that time comes, there will be more stock and it will be easier to snag one of the new consoles. Also, by that time, there will be more games released or on the horizon to release. That's all I wanted to say regarding this. And I just want you to know, in no way am I salty in not being able to purchase a new console. I'm just annoyed by the manner these consoles were released and believe other methods could have been utilized. If you were able to get a new console on launch day, Black Friday, or at one of the random stock drops these last few weeks, I'm happy for you and I wish you the best gaming experience possible. Also, for those that are currently playing on a next-gen console, what game are you playing? And how's your experience with both the console and the game? Please comment below and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. It would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, everybody, take care.